This time, we will have sum of geometric sequence. So let's go directly to our first case or first formula. So we have this S sub n is equal to a sub 1 multiplied to the quantity of 1 minus r raised to n all over 1 minus r. So we can apply this formula, or we can use this formula if the ratio is not equal to 1. So for example, what is the sum of the first 8 terms of the geometric sequence 2, 4, 8, 16, and so on? So based on the question or problem, we need to find the sum of the first 8 terms. So we can have this n, which is 8, okay? And the ratio is 4 divided by 2 is equal to 2. So 2 is not equal to 1, okay? So we can use this formula. Then our a sub 1 from the geometric sequence is 2. So by using these three values, we can now get the sum, okay? So S n is 8 equals a sub 1 is 2 multiplied to 1 minus ratio is 2, n is 8, okay, all over 1 minus 2. So S sub 8 is equal to 2, 1 minus 2 raised to 8 is 256, okay? Then 1 minus 2 is negative 1. So S sub 8 is equal to 2 times 1 minus 256 is negative 255 all over negative 1. So S sub 8 is equal to 2 times negative 255 is negative 510, then all over negative 1. So our sum of the 8 terms of the geometric sequence, this one is positive 510. So our answer is 510. Okay, we have the second case, or the second formula. We have S sub n is equal to a sub 1 minus a sub n times r all over 1 minus r, where the ratio is still not equal to 1. So the difference here is the a sub n is given, or shall we say that the geometric sequence is finite. For example, find the sum of the geometric sequence 1, 3, 9, 27, 81, 243, and 7 to 9. So if we count the number of terms, we have 7 terms only. So therefore, Rn is equal to 7. And that a sub 7, or the last term, is 729. So again, finite means the sequence has a limit, okay? Or we know already the last term of the given geometric sequence or any sequence. So we have, again, n equals 7, a sub 7 equals 729. Then the ratio is 3 divided by 1, so the ratio is 3. So we have these 3 values. So using this formula, S sub n, so n is 7, equals a sub 1 is, from the given is, our a sub 1 is 1, right? So a sub 1 is 1. A sub n is 729. Our ratio is 3. Then 1 minus r, again, ratio is 3. So that's the first step. So S sub 7 equals 1 minus 729 times 3 is 2,187. 1 minus 3 is negative 2. So S sub 7 equals 1 minus 2,187 is negative 2,186 all over negative 2. So our S sub 7 is 1,093. So this is the sum of the given geometric sequence. Okay, we have the third formula or the third case. S sub n is equal to n times a sub 1. So this can be applied if the ratio is equal to 1. Okay, for example, find the sum of the first 20 terms of the geometric sequence 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, and so on. So if you notice, all the terms are 8. So if we have to get the ratio, r is equal to 8 divided by 8, the ratio is 1. So you can use this formula, okay? But you can use the first formula or the first case, okay? But in order to get the easier or in order to get the sum easily, so you can use this one. Okay, so Rn is the first 20 terms, right? So n is 20. So using this one, 20, and our a sub 1 is 8. Okay, so s sub 20 is equal to 20 times 8. So 20 times 8, that is 160. So this is the sum of the first 20 terms. Okay, let's have number 4 or the fourth formula. So S sub n equals 0. So when can we use this formula? If our ratio is equal to negative 1 and Rn is even. So n refers to the number of terms. For example, find the sum of the first 10 terms of negative 5, 5, negative 5, 5, negative 5, and so on. So if you notice, Rn here is 10, and 10 is even. And to get the ratio is 5 over negative 5, that is negative 1. So automatically, we can have this formula. So S sub n is 10 is equal to 0. Okay. Okay, for the fifth case or the fifth formula, so we have S sub n is equal to a sub 1. Okay, we will use this formula if our ratio is still negative 1, but this time Rn or the number of terms is odd. For example, find the first 25 terms of the given geometric sequence 11, negative 11, 11, negative 11, 11, negative 11, and so on. So the ratio is negative 11 over 11, that is negative 1. And then since the number of terms is 25 and 25 is odd, so we can say that S sub 25, so the a sub 1 or the first term is 11, so that is 11. So the sum of the first 25 terms is 11. Okay. Let's have the sixth case or the sixth formula. We have S is equal to a sub 1 all over 1 minus r. So this formula can be used if our ratio is lesser than 1 and greater than negative 1. Okay, this will be the rule. So again, the ratio is greater than negative 1 and also ratio is lesser than 1. Okay, for example, we have 1/2, 1/4, 1/8. 1 over 16, 1 over 32, and so on. So the ratio here is 1/2, right? Okay, so we can use this formula because the ratio is lesser than 1. And also ratio is greater than -1. So S is equal to a sub 1 is 1/2 all over 1 minus ratio is 1/2. Okay, so 1/2 over 1/2 all over 1 minus 1/2, that is still 1/2. So 1/2 over 1/2, that is 1. So our sum is 1.